All right, welcome to Des Moines Buccaneer Hockey on Defend the Ship. Here today with Reese Shaw and Taylor from the Buccaneers, and we're going to get this show going. Hopefully, everybody joined in and is able to log in here and watch it a little bit. First of all, Taylor, we want to welcome the Des Moines Buccaneers. I want to welcome the USHL Clark Cup champion game is tonight up in Waterloo. Good luck to the Waterloo Blackhawks and the Muskegon Lumberjacks. I can't believe the USHL season's ending tonight. It just seems like, in my mind, it just got started. So, but congratulations to those two teams. I don't know if you got a chance to watch any of those games. Reese, I don't know if you've been watching or not, but it's been some good games between those two teams. And as you know, Reese, it's going to be loud up there tonight. A lot of cowbells.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we've done some games up there this year. You played up there quite a bit this year, and boy, those fans can get that place rocking for sure. So that should be good game. Hopefully everybody tunes in on Flow Sports at 6:35, I do believe, Central Time. Tuesday night game. I'm glad they were starting it early so everybody can get back home from school night or a work night. So. Well, anyway, we want to dive right into the life and thoughts of Reese Shaw. So, welcome, Reese, and you're a big fan of everybody on the Des Moines Buccaneers, and your journey started from Coon Rapids, Minnesota. And I don't know
Yeah.
if you know this, but I researched Coon Rapids just a little bit to tell me something about Coon Rapids, and no one would know. It said that you have the biggest high school in the state of Minnesota. Is that true?
I'm not sure. I didn't go to high school there, so I'm
Oh,
not
okay.
totally sure.
Oh, well, it
Uh,
said senior class of 2000, maybe. That seems a lot, but
Oh,
yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, it's pretty big city, so I'm not sure.
so yeah. Well, anyway, it looked nice. I, of course, a bunch of beautiful lakes. Did you go boating or use the lakes up there at all during the summertime when it's warm enough?
Yeah, sometimes I'll go on like some buddies' wake surfing boats and or like go fishing and stuff. It's a pretty big thing around here, so
Yeah.
so
Uh,
jealous.
you're not doing that tonight because I pulled up your weather. It's 43 degrees up there, and you say it's cold. So,
yeah.
have you had some nice weather up there already?
Yeah, we had like a week and a half where it was probably like 80s, like perfect weather for the lake and the pool and stuff. So that was good to get a little tan and have some fun. So
Yeah, I got some sun last week. We got to go out. We go to a lake down south, and I got to take the boat out the first time on Sunday. So, and it ran good, and that's when you make it back to the trailer without it breaking down. That's a good day on the lake. So,
for
uh,
sure.
Go.
well, Reese, let's talk about your family and I understand you have 4 or 5 brothers,
Yeah, I have four older brothers. Yep.
and none of them play hockey. Is that my
No,
understanding?
yeah, no, I was the only one. So my dad, he played hockey, and then all my older brothers, they either did lacrosse or MMA. So I was kind of the lone wolf, and me and my dad kind of bonded over that. So
So, did you say your dad played hockey? Is that what you just
yep,
said?
yep, he
So
played
that's
hockey.
Does your nephew play hockey? I can recall that maybe I saw a picture of you on the ice with him at one point.
Yeah, my nephew plays hockey. He's 5. He just turned 5 yesterday. So yeah, he's just
Oh,
getting into it.
oh, awesome. That'll be
Yeah,
good for him to look up to you.
yeah. He's gonna be way better than me. So
Oh,
well, hopefully we're embarrassing you a little bit. You can't see it, but I do have some pictures of you of your younger days playing hockey, and there is some
oh boy.
cute pictures of you. I don't know, maybe 6, 7, 8 years old. Maybe I don't know. There's looks like there's one of your senior class picture too up there. So, and
yep.
then we got some video highlights playing on the left hand corner. So hopefully you guys all like that. Uh, did you did you play any other sports growing up, or
Yeah, so I played lacrosse up until high school. So that was kind of my secondary sport, and then like I played golf, and then I do MMA. Like, I mean, pretty much every week, and had been doing that with my brothers for a long time. So,
well, that sounds interesting. Where do you do that at? Is there?
um, we would do it like here at my house a lot of time, but we'd go to
Oh,
the academy. It's in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and that's kind of where I started. So,
Wow, I don't want to get in the rink with you. for the Rays ring.
Right?
No, I'm too
Stay
nice.
away.
I'm too nice.
That is
So,
very true. You are very nice. Maybe not on the ice though.
I try not to be.
well, another topic here. We need to welcome the new Buccaneer coach. Got a new Buccaneer coach this year, Derek Damon. So we want to welcome him. And Taylor, you probably know that there's a lot of changes going on at the Buccaneer office. Everybody thinks since it's springtime, summertime, that you guys are just sitting back, relaxing, not doing anything. But you guys, every time I talk to anybody at the Buccaneer office, you guys are busy, and kind of
Yeah.
trying to put the scheduling together. You can't really do your promotions until that USHL schedule comes out, but I know you
Yep.
guys are waiting on that to come out to kind of put the finishing touches on things. But I think there's a lot of good future for the Buccaneers. So
100%. Yeah, we're working on building our promotion ideas for this coming game. We're working on, getting some ideas for our social media, our community events, all of those things. We have main camp coming up in just a few weeks, so that'll be fun to have all of the guys back out from last season. Reese will be there, so we'll see him again there. Futures camp is still if you want to register, that would be on our website. Those dates are going to be June 19th through the 22nd. And other than that, I mean, we have our jersey auctions. Each week, we're going to be auctioning 6 players' white game worn jerseys. So check out our social media for that. But other than that, it's just trying to, start planning and getting ready for this coming season. We have some great ideas, and we're very excited to get this season started soon.
yeah, it will be here, as Reese knows too. It will be here sooner than we think. Summer
Oh, yeah.
goes by really quick. It doesn't. I don't think winter ever goes by as quick as summertime does. But we'll be excited. Everybody after a hot August and September, everybody be excited to get in the cool ice arena there and cool off a little bit. It's always fun to start playing hockey in September and October and come outside. As Reese, loading the bus in the cold and snowy weather is not so much fun, but it's a lot funner when you load that bus when it's nice outside. So, Reese,
sure.
let's talk about your journey to the Buccaneers. You took kind of a different path coming to the Buccaneers. You ended up over at Lincoln Stars for a little while, and then you made your way to the Buccaneers. But before that, you grew up playing hockey up there in Minnesota, and did you claim? Do I have my notes right here? Did you claim a Minnesota State Hockey League championship or Class A
Yeah.
championship?
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah, I did that my sophomore year, and I mean that was pretty remarkable. Obviously, everyone knows like Minnesota high school is a pretty big thing, so it was really cool to do that, and something I'll never forget for sure. So,
It's did you play in front of a sold out crowd up there? Was it?
unfortunately, I didn't. It was COVID year.
Oh,
So it's
no.
only like family and friends, which sucked, and
Oh,
but it was. I mean, I still got the ring and the medal and stuff,
there
and
you
it's kind of all I
go.
care about. So, it was good.
Oh wow,
That's hard.
that's hard. You dream of that playing up there, and I've seen it. It's definitely a lot different than the high school tournament here in town we have. You guys get a lot more fans there, and it's a lot more packed. So.
Yeah.
So you spent your senior year at affiliated New Mexico Ice Wolves in North American
Yep.
Hockey League. How did you end up going there? Or how did you end up getting to the North American League and going that direction?
So like around my sophomore and junior year, I had met up with a coach that was the old assistant coach for the Ice Wolves, Kyle Fulmer, who's now the coach at my old high school. And we just got in touch, and we had talked. And I talked to the head coach, and they ended up drafting me. And I kind of just went down there and played before and after my high school season. And I mean, I owe them a lot. They were awesome to me, and I think I learned a lot just with juniors and everything that comes with it. And I couldn't ask for a better experience being down there in New Mexico. And yeah, great guys were great. So.
What was it? Tell us about your challenges were. I couldn't imagine. I mean, I still lived at home when I was 14, 15, 16 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't imagine just packing up, leaving your family. Was it scary for you, or were you looking forward to it, or did you have some up and downs, or?
I wasn't too scared. I mean, I have a really tight knit family, and I knew that they would be there for me whenever I needed it. And I mean, my parents were coming down pretty often, and I just knew my support group was good, so I wasn't very scared, and I was really excited to kind of venture out on my own and kind of get the freedom of working towards my own goals, and I think it was really good for me. So.
Well, it probably made you grow up quite quickly, become a young adult. And
Oh
um,
yeah.
what was some of the challenges you faced doing that, moving out so early, and maybe some of the challenges making it to the Buccaneers or making it to the USHL in general? Or uh,
Yeah. Yeah. I think the challenges with going or being in New Mexico was, I mean, obviously all my friends are at home, and I was still a senior in high school, so like I'm still doing classes online, and that wasn't very easy, but um, you know, I think it taught me a lot in the fact of how to time manage and stuff like that for when I do go to college. And then with that going into the USHL season, I ended up getting drafted by Lincoln that summer, and I mean I owe them a lot as well. Like Lincoln, I learned a lot there, and I thought I grew my game, and then coming to Des Moines, I thought I was ready to go. So
well, Lincoln's definitely a fun place to play in a game. I haven't been over there. I didn't go last year while you guys were there, but in the years past, it can get loud in there, and it's an old arena, and it's. I always thought it was fun going over to Lincoln, and especially when they got a good crowd there, and yeah, they put a good show on over there. So
for sure.
um, let's talk about, have you had many injuries or obstacles about injuries or staying away from injuries or stuff like that? How do you try to keep from getting injured? I mean, you can't always do it, but sometimes you do it. I see you guys stretching before the game and after the game, and there's probably a lot more into it than that. So,
Yeah, I mean, I've very rarely gotten super injured to the point where I can't play a lot or, and out for a season or anything, which has been good. And knock on wood that stays the
Yeah,
same. But
right.
um, I've had a couple injuries that are just kind of, heat of the moment. It's hockey, so it's pretty physical. And I mean, I think the biggest way to kind of avoid that is just like off-season workouts, just getting big and strong, and just being a good skater, and not letting anyone knock you off the puck is kind of the biggest thing with getting hurt. And just being smart, not putting yourself in bad positions, and taking care of your body before games, and making sure you're not doing stuff that can hurt it or impact your play. So
did you notice a lot from, let's say, your high school days playing, and went down to New Mexico, and then you went to Lincoln, and you come to Des Moines? Did you notice a big jump in the speed or the physicality of the game? Or
I'd say physicality for sure. I mean, obviously it's faster. Everyone's bigger and stronger, and it makes a big difference. And I mean, physicality wise, like everyone's hitting everything. So I mean, that was definitely the biggest difference, and it's something you gotta adapt to. And I feel like I've adapted fairly well. So
well, that kind of leads into my next question here. I have on the title here, "Day in the Life of You." Kind of walk us through maybe your week of practice, what you guys do. I mean, you guys practice. It seems like 4 or 5 times a week, and then you have 2 or 3 games on the weekend. So, kind of run us through your day of your practice. Are you doing? Sometimes I know the Buccaneers would do 2 days of practice a day, or 2 practices a day early on. I mean, I'm not sure if you did that towards the end of the season, but kind of walk us through what it's like to be in the USHL with the Des Moines Buccaneers, and your daily training or your practice and all that stuff that maybe the fans don't even know what you guys do.
yeah, so we ended up having, weirdly enough, we ended up having 100 practices this year. So I don't
Wow.
know what that equals out to, but I mean, we were always like in the morning. We had 2 different lift groups over at ETS in West Des Moines, and so we'd be there and working out for an hour to an hour and a half, getting better, faster, stronger, like all that good stuff. And then from there, we usually go get some food with the guys, and then get to the rink at like 12. Practice at 1, film beforehand, talk with the coaches, all the boys, kind of just chill in the locker room, and then hit the ice pretty hard, and kind of depending on what happened on the weekend, or how how we're feeling, stuff like that. And then after practice, it's kind of like your time to do what you need to do and kind of get your mind right for the weekend, whether or not it's 2, 1, 3 games, whatever it is, you're just trying to be ready for that. So.
Can
Yeah.
I ask? So, being around you guys and doing all of this social media, I believe the popular choice of food would be Chipotle. Am I correct, or is that not a thing?
Yeah, Chipotle is usually the
Okay.
go-to after practice for a lot
Okay.
of guys. Like before practice, a lot of us will go to Tropical Cafe.
Okay.
That was kind of the spot. It's a little bit healthier, a little lighter.
Yeah.
So that was always good for the boys. So
Yeah, I was gonna say you guys are always talking about getting Chipotle after practice, so I didn't know if that was actually true or not. But
yeah, Chipper's the spot.
okay.
So that kind of leads in my next question: the balance in life of your life and the sport. You guys got a packed schedule. What is it? 62 games a season, and you just said 100 practices. So how do you balance that? The stress and the importance of maintaining balance and so forth. Is there stuff that you do that kind of gets your mind off hockey and like I was just telling Taylor, I'm in the dirt track race and I race online all the time, and I was kind of nervous about interviewing you today, so I thought I need to go do something to get my mind off. So I went and raced online for about an hour before this interview today. So is there something you do to get your mind off hockey and everything going on in life?
Yeah, there's a lot of different ways for me, and that's something I've had to learn through junior hockey. But this year I just started picking up guitar with my roommate Brant Harper. We pretty much play every day.
Cool.
Yeah, it's awesome, and that's my guy. So shout out Brant.
Yeah, you guys are best friends.
Yeah, that's my guy. And then like if it's warm out, golf. Like all the guys like to go golfing and kind of just relax a bit and not focus on hockey as much. And then Sundays come around and you're watching football and just anything you can do to take your mind off the game or anything that's going on with you or the team and stuff like that's huge. So.
So
You talked about being, oh, go ahead, Jenny.
Go ahead, Taylor.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say you talked about earlier how you're a family person and your family's very close. So how do you manage being away from your family and trying to, stay in touch with them and contact them? I know your parents try to come out to as many games as possible, and I've seen your family out for Parents Weekend, but what do you do to try to keep that relationship and bond really, really tight?
Yeah, with my parents especially, it's pretty easy with them coming down so
Yeah.
often, and Minnesota's really close to Des Moines, so they're able to come down a lot, and then my siblings are in Minnesota, so they'll come down sometimes and see me. I have one brother that's in Florida, so I try to FaceTime him and try to talk to him as much as I can. He's a busy guy too, so it's tough,
Yeah.
but anytime I can just hop on the phone with them or FaceTime them or just send them a video, like something like that, just some little
Yeah.
stuff. I think it goes a long way. So
100%. I think that's definitely something that is good, especially about you, but hopefully, all the other guys, especially at this, your parents miss you guys. And so the little things that you can do to keep in touch is definitely, like you said, goes a long way.
yeah, for sure.
So Reese, we'll see you on the big stage here one of these days in a band like we did. I don't know if you know this. Trevor Rose, I think is his name, and Old Dominion.
Old Dominion, yeah.
Dominion, that's it. The country western band. I'm not a country western fan, but he's old, and the lead singer of that band is old Buccaneer player. So.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah, he
Fun
played.
fact for the day.
Yeah, he played down at Wells Fargo a few years ago, and I did not go down there, but he had a Buccaneer jersey on down there, so that was pretty cool. So
that's awesome.
My point is, you're going to be in a band someday after a hockey career and be sold
There
out
you go.
crowds at Wells Fargo Arena. So
Him and Brant Harper will take the stage and become some guitar players.
yeah, hopefully we can get free tickets, Taylor.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
exactly. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
So we kind of talked about your guitar playing and so forth, but my next thing was here is dealing with the pressure. Do you feel like you put a lot of pressure on you to perform, or going through your stats? I'm sure you'd like to see your stats better than that from last year. 56 games played, 5 goals, 10 assists, but you had 2 goals in I think against Cedar Rapids one game here, and you did score some goals against some good teams. You scored a goal against Waterloo, and they're in the finals tonight, and goal against the old team, Lincoln.
Mhm.
So do you put a lot of pressure on you? Do you feel a lot of pressure from the coaches, and how do you deal with that? How do you deal with your pressure of hockey, I guess?
But yeah, I mean, I definitely put more pressure on myself than anyone else does. I mean, it's my life and it's my journey, so it's kind of something you have to do to if you want to achieve what you want to do. And I think like with my parents and stuff, like they're gonna push me, but they're not gonna make me do something I don't want to do or make me feel a certain way. And then with just coaches, like I've had different coaches, like I mean, from every year that I've played hockey, and you kind of just have to learn how to manage like how they're treating you and find the good and stuff. And that's kind of the best way to go about it, I think, for your mental health. And then I mean, for me personally, I use like a sports psychologist. I think that's huge for me, and it's really helped me kind of be in touch with how I feel and like how I can get past it and try to be the best hockey player I can be. So
That's awesome. I feel like you don't hear a lot of people using sports psychology, but I feel like it's definitely possibly becoming more and more popular. And I think that that's good that you're willing to talk about that because, I mean, sports are hard, and especially at your young age. I mean, you're away from family, you're working, at what it seems like 24/7. So good for you for trying to help yourself because you can be your biggest critic. I mean, everyone's their biggest critic. So,
for sure, I appreciate that.
yeah, of course.
So is there any, is on my next page of notes here before I get too far. No. Do you have any superstitions you do? Do you put your left skate on first? Do you do silly things or that we wouldn't expect or?
I mean, not really. A lot of my superstitions come like before the game. Like I just like eat chicken and rice before every game or home game. I mean, away games it kind of just depends on what we get. And then I like a shower at a certain time. I take like a walk around the neighborhood before every game. And then like when I get to the rink, it's kind of just like tape my stick and then just hang out with the boys. That's about it. So
Yeah, I saw you talk about taping your stick. I saw, the NHL playoffs are going on, Stanley Cup playoffs are going on. There was a player on one of the team, I don't know who it was. I kind of had it on the background, and there was a player in the NHL. He does not tape his stick. Period.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
interesting.
Yeah, and
I don't understand that.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the good or bad is of doing that, but I thought that was interesting. Most hockey players tape their sticks. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
are you a black tape, white tape, blue tape? What tape do you put on your blade of your stick?
Yeah,
Usually
I'm always
black.
a white tape guy.
Oh, white.
White.
Right.
Yeah. My dad used to tell me that the goalies couldn't see the puck if you put black tape on it, and I just knew that wasn't true, so then I had to go white.
Oh,
There you go.
Yeah.
I have to ask
I
my
love that.
my my son many years ago was a goalie, so I'll have to ask him that if that's
Yeah.
true. Yeah. So let's talk about highlights of. You have any highlights, bus trips, or anything that it doesn't even have to be on the ice? Your Buccaneer season with the Buccaneers. Are there any fun stories or anything you can tell us that highlights or anything you can tell us about maybe being on the road or anything? Something the fans don't know out there.
Yeah. I mean, like before Christmas, we went on our trip to Rochester, and we were kind of all over the map there. We were gone for about a week and a half. And I mean, just rooming with different guys and kind of just, I mean, just seeing how everyone is like on their own time and getting really close with the fellows was good. And obviously the bus trips are a good time, back of the bus playing stumble guys. And we had a lot of good times on the bus, and it felt good when we won. So I think those are probably my favorite memories. And then, I mean, around the rink, like we would always have a good time. Just like every day at practice, we'd try to keep it light and have fun with it. And because I mean, it's the most fun job in the world, so why not have fun with it?
Yeah, you might
Yeah,
as well.
this team specifically I mean, last season for sure, you guys are such a close-knit group. I mean, you pushed each other so hard, but at the same time, you were there for each other when you needed it most. And I think that is very unique and something that you may not see in a lot of teams. So I agree. I think a lot of the memories that you create are specifically to last season. I mean, my first season here with you guys were so fun, and just seeing you guys work so hard and be such a close-knit group was super like amazing to see. So hopefully we'll see that this season too.
Yeah, we will. Something
Okay,
we're gonna work for. So
good. I love to hear it.
yeah,
You talk about your trip up Rochester. You guys got to go see Niagara Falls. How was that? Is that
it was
cool?
really cold, really
Really?
cold. But it was cool. I mean, it kind of sucked because it was so cold that like I mean the falls were pretty much frozen,
Mm.
so there wasn't
Oh,
much water flow. But I mean, just being with the guys up there, and I mean, it's nothing I had ever seen before, so that was cool, and um, it was something to get away from hockey, which was
Yeah.
nice, and yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah. Did you were you able to take a bus all the way up there? Or did you have to park the bus and walk a ways? Or I've never been there, but I can't imagine taking a huge bus up there.
Yeah, you take a bus. I mean, it's like a park,
Okay.
and then you park. I mean, we were probably like 35 feet, 40 feet away from the like one of the gates for the falls. So
wow.
you can get right up there. And I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of places were closed off because it was icy, so they didn't want
Hmm.
anyone falling over or something like that.
So I
So
take it you guys didn't get to do the boat tours then?
no, no
Ah,
boat tours,
those are so
unfortunately.
fun. I did that years ago with my family. They were super cool, but I guess since it's cold, can't really do that.
But yeah, I was kind of happy that we got out of there. It got cold really fast, so
Yeah. You'd think you'd be used to the cold from being from Minnesota, but I guess not.
different type. The
But that's
water,
also true. Yeah, that's also true.
yeah, water had me going. So
I don't know if anybody ever gets used to the cold. I can't stand
no.
the
Probably
cold.
not. Probably
Everybody
not.
and everybody says you gotta like this cold. You like hockey. It's like, yeah, but I don't like being cold. I
It's
like
not the
hockey.
same
Yeah,
cold.
yeah. I don't like being cold. So
No.
Reese, back up a little bit. I had my notes here. I skipped over it, but your sophomore year, your high school team that won the championship. Did you? I have it in here. You went undefeated. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah, we
Wow.
were a wagon that year. We that was like I think our second or third year playing high school hockey, and a lot of guys that had moved from the AAA team moved on over to our team, and um, yeah, we kind of just dominated that year, and it was a lot of fun. So
Was that the same year that you played with Kearney and Harper Searles? Or
um,
is that a different team? Was
I
it them
played.
two you played?
I played with
Okay.
Kearney like that summer.
Okay.
Um, and I had like played against Kearney pretty much all the way growing up, and then
Oh, that's
Searles.
awesome.
I played with him growing up on the Minnesota Blades for a long time,
Okay.
and Miracle Gold, which is just
Okay.
another AAA team, and then I had played against Harper a lot too. So
Yeah.
yeah,
How
known those
was
guys for a
that
long time.
obviously coming into Des Moines, playing against them and also playing with them? How did that kind of obviously help you three specifically? I'm sure other guys have played together, being from a lot of the same states. I mean, how did that help you guys go into a season, whether you were there, one was there longer than the other? I mean, what do you do as far as, playing with each other, but also against each other, being with the
Yeah,
Bucks, if that makes sense?
I mean it was definitely a lot different for me, I'd say, just with me coming from Lincoln right after training
Yeah.
camp, right before Pittsburgh, and meeting new guys and stuff that I had heard about, and I didn't know them. But
Mm-hmm.
luckily, like for me, there was a lot of Minnesota guys that I had
Yeah.
known. So that was really easy for me. It was a good transition. And I think that, I mean, that helps a lot when you're
Oh, yeah.
coming from one spot to another. And um, I couldn't have asked for a more welcoming group, and
Mm-hmm.
those are my guys. So I
Yeah.
was really happy to meet everyone, and so close with those guys. So
That's awesome.
yeah,
Well, you didn't mention it, but you did have 22 goals and 25 assists in 27 games played. So that's a big season
There
for
you go.
any hockey player. So congratulations on that.
Yeah,
thank you,
that's
appreciate
awesome.
it. Thank you.
So Reese, with tryout camp coming up here for the Buccaneers, and a lot of young kids, a lot of young players coming in here to try out for the Bucks and try to make a team. What would you say to a young player that is trying to make it in? Maybe not just the Des Moines Buccaneers, but the USHL in general. The league is the key league to try to make it to. And what's your advice for anybody out there trying to coming in here to the Buccaneer tryout camp or going to any of these camps out there for the USHL this season?
I think the biggest thing is have fun with it. I mean, not everyone gets to go to these camps, and you're pretty privileged if you can, and have fun with it. Work hard. Don't regret when you leave. Leave everything out there, and if it doesn't work out, I mean, that just happens sometimes. Like I mean, I had gone through it before too, and I mean, the first time around is never the last. So just keep your head up and just keep working. So.
Is there stuff you're doing? Have you been on the ice since your last ice time with the Buccaneers? Have you been on the ice, or do you do any off ice training, or tell us what you do to get prepared for this upcoming tryout camp here in June?
Yeah, for right now, I mean, with it not being summer yet, I've kind of just been renting ice with a few of the guys, like Searles and Britton Alstead and Peyton Blair, kind of guys like that, and we've kind of just been skating around, doing a few drills and having some fun, and then like off ice, I started lifting about 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, just kind of 5 days a week, just getting my body back in shape and getting ready for next season. So.
That's awesome. You guys can still skate around with each other and, practice the things you've learned through last season and practice and continue to better your guys' self. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Is there anything you found out that you can do to try to? I used to do these interviews a long time ago with Buccaneer players, and I remember kids being injured and so forth. They say there's no training off the ice to get you in shape for being on the ice, and they just say you use different muscles. You can ride the bike, you can run, you can do all this stuff, but there's nothing like being on the ice. Have you figured out? Is that about true for you, or?
Yeah, it's definitely true. Game shape's a lot different than off season conditioning and stuff like that. And I mean that's why I try to skate. I mean as much as I can, and not too much though, and just keep a good balance of it to try and stay healthy and be ready for the next season.
So talking about the next season, what's your focus, your goals for the? I can't believe we're saying this 25-26 season coming up with the Buccaneers. What's your goals and what do you want to accomplish next year for the Des Moines Buccaneers?
But yeah, I mean team wise, we got a lot of new faces coming in, and I think it'll be a good reboot, and obviously the goal is the Clark Cup championship or an Anderson Cup, like stuff like that means a lot, and that's the number one goal for everyone. So I think that's a big thing. And then, I mean, having fun with the guys and building a good team camaraderie, I think that's a big thing for us. And I think that'll help us be better on the ice. And then for me personally, try to help lead the team to, a good season, try to get to the playoffs and go far in the playoffs. And I'm trying to be a leader for that. And, being in my third year, I'm trying to be the best player I can be on the ice and kind of try to dominate whenever I'm out there. So that's a big focus for me this year.
Oh, cool.
I like your focus.
Yeah, I was just going to say
Yeah, I like the focus, especially with you being a veteran player. I mean, last season we saw it. I mean, for me, I maybe saw it because I was at practices with you guys, but you are a leader and you always are like, I mean, BZ, one of our, rookies specifically, I saw you trying to help him and do different things to, help him and get more comfortable with this league. So I think you having that experience under your belt, like you said, especially we're going to probably have some really young guys coming in this season. I think you're going to be somebody that they can look up to, and you always, I mean, give great advice to the guys and they seem to listen to you. So I think that you're going to be a good leader and role model for them. So like you said, I think that goal for yourself is definitely going to happen for you because I've seen it last season and I think it'll happen again this season.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Of course.
All right, Reese, as we're kind of wrapping this up here, we've taken a lot of your time and thank you for your time, but we're going to get into those fun questions and Taylor took one of my questions out, but I'm going to still have to leave it in there and you can ask your question here, Taylor. But
okay.
So you've talked about doing some fun stuff over the summer, going fishing and boating and so forth. Do you have any vacation plans?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Florida in the middle of July for probably a week and a half, go see my brother, and then drive down to Tampa and see Brant. So that'll be good.
There we go.
What part of Florida you go to?
My brother lives in Fort Myers.
Okay. We go to Daytona Beach every September or so. And it's
That's
hotter
awesome.
than heck down there in July.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be sweating, but that's all right. Gotta, just keep the movement going. So
There you go. Swim in the ocean or something.
yeah.
Yeah,
There
the
you go.
ocean will be warm that time of year. So, all right,
Mhm.
this is my question for you. If you're gonna go, if you're firing up the grill since it's summertime, what's your preferred meat to throw on the grill? Or and maybe you're not the person that does the grill, but maybe you want something off the grill. What's your go-to meat for summertime grilling?
Usually it's my dad making it, so usually like I like steak obviously, and then hamburgers. You can't really go wrong with
Can't.
hamburgers
Heck
Yeah,
or
yeah.
hot dogs. Hot dogs are good too. So
Super good.
yeah. All right,
I
Taylor.
guess my question would be for the people that don't know, and I actually never asked you this. All of the pregame walk-in pictures we've had, 10 times out of 10, you had some sort of iced coffee or cup of coffee in your hand.
yeah.
When you go and get a coffee order, what is that go-to order? Because I should have asked you that because I think you're one of the only guys that I would see had coffee in their hand pretty much every single game, maybe besides Max, but about it. So what's that order?
Yeah, I might get razzed for a little bit for this. But I usually get a blonde vanilla latte.
Okay, that's
It
a good choice.
depends on the season. If it's warm out, I'll get an iced one, and if it's cold out, I'll usually get a hot one. So
Not a bad choice. I would say that's a good coffee order.
yeah, the guys might give me some crap for that, but
Well, half of them don't drink coffee, I feel like, or have it, and coffee's great. So
yeah.
Are you a Starbucks guy, or are you going to Scooters here in Des Moines, or where are you going to get your
Uh,
coffee?
yeah. When I'm in Des Moines, I usually go to Starbucks, but up here, we have Caribou, and that's kind of my
ooh,
go-to.
I think we have that around here too, actually.
Oh yeah, there's one right by the billet house.
I was gonna say, I think there's some around the
Yeah,
area. You don't
yeah.
go there when you're here?
Not I do for like food, but a
Oh,
lot of the
okay.
time for like coffee, I'll just go to Starbucks.
Starbucks. That's
Yeah,
fair. Fair
yeah.
choice.
Can you believe it? I've never had a cup of coffee in my entire life. I like the smell of the dried beans, but I've never had a cup of coffee.
That's
I think
pretty
I'm,
Actually,
interesting.
yeah, I think I'm missing out because I see the lines at Starbucks and all these coffee shops. I should just pull in and get a coffee. I don't even know what to
you
order.
should
Now I know.
try it out.
Reese just told me what to order.
Yeah, you
There
got to
you
get the blonde
go.
vanilla latte.
That's a good choice. I do like those blonde vanilla lattes. Try it
I'll
out sometime, Tony. Let us know what you think.
I'll be the TikTok guy up there that won't be able to say it right or be have it all screwed up. So,
That's funny.
what's your pregame meal or your postgame meal, or do you try to keep it all the same? You kind of talked about it a little bit ago, but is there some snack bars, protein bar, or anything out there that you go to for pregame and after the game?
Yeah, pregame obviously I have my chicken and rice, and then
Yeah.
like right before the game I'll have like a couple of Nutri-Grain bars that they give us. And then after the game we get fresh fit meals. So I'll usually eat that, or I'll go home and my billet mom will usually make us like some pasta or something, or some chicken and rice. So I try to keep it healthy on the weekends. So
What a good billet mom.
yeah, she's awesome. Shout out Kim Rossi.
Do you try to stay away from the energy drinks? I know my oldest son, he still plays men's league, and he swears if he takes an energy drink, his legs just go to shit when he's out there playing. So, uh,
Uh, yeah, no, I have pre-workout. So that's
There
kind of my thing. I've done it since like high school, so it's kind of just stayed there.
yeah,
you
yeah. So you're staying away from the Red Bulls or whatever. I don't know what he drinks, but I said, well, maybe you shouldn't drink those energy drinks before you get on the ice. So,
Yeah.
uh, well, in closing here, is there anything you want to add, or Taylor, you got anything else for Reese? I appreciate him coming on here and doing this, and
I do too. It's nice to have a familiar face. And obviously, like we said earlier, being a veteran on this team, it sets a good example for, being a leader. So we appreciate you doing this. But yeah, no, I don't have anything else other than we're excited to see you here within a couple weeks. It should be a good time.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate it, guys. It's awesome.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
thanks for coming on.
be good for you to get back down to Des Moines here and get back on the ice and Taylor, they still got ice over there at the Recplex, the Buccaneer Arena. I haven't been over there for a while, so.
They fixed rink ones where the Bucks normally play. They just got that fixed a little while back, and I think they were putting it back in rink two. I know they're doing something with it because there's paint all over, so I don't know what they're doing with the ice, but I know rink one's got the ice back in, so.
That's good. That's good to see. Always
Yeah.
good to see the ice back in. And so,
Yeah.
Reese, I don't have anything else for you besides thanks for having your dedication and the passion to play hockey and for the Des Moines Buccaneers, and best of luck to you over the summertime, and best of luck during tryouts, and looking forward to seeing you out there at the tryout camp and so forth. So enjoy your summer and eat some hot dogs and hamburgers off the grill, and get your coffee and head down to Florida
There
in
you
July.
go.
For
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Thank you.
There
Thank
you
you
go.
guys.
Yeah,
So,
thanks for coming on. We'll see you soon.
Yep. You guys have a good one. All right.
You
right.
too.
Thanks,
Thanks.
Reese.
Thanks, Reese.
you
Bye,
guys.
guys.
Okay. Well, Taylor, thanks for jumping on here today. Oh, she jumped off. Okay, well, thank you for watching Des Moines Buccaneer Hockey Defend the Ship. My name's Tony Scott. Enjoyed doing the show here with Reese. And we are going to jump back over to Defend the Ship here, and appreciate everybody. And jump out there and go to the tryout camps coming up here in June, and jump on the Buccaneer website, and you can see all the information there. And all right, going to call it quits here. Thanks for listening to Des Moines Buccaneer Hockey on YouTube and our Defend the Ship. Here. Thanks for listening to Des Moines Buccaneer Hockey on YouTube and our Defend the Ship.